Hey, so today we're going to be talking about reasons why you should not become a handyman. My last video, if you guys saw, is reasons why you should become a handyman. This one's the exact opposite, giving a bunch of reasons why you shouldn't be. And like I said in the last video, if you see this video first, compare it to the other video, kind of make your own decision, see if maybe it's right for you, why it would be, why it wouldn't be, and hopefully it helps you kind of make your little bit of your own decision up. So anyways, let's get right into it, not to waste any time. The first one is you're going to be working long hours. Now, this can be both on the job site as well as when you come home. You're going to have to call people, you're going to have to email people, you're going to have to book, you're going to have to do schedule work, you're going to have to do book work, sorting receipts, entering in income into QuickBooks, whatever you use. Just overall, a lot of work that you also don't even necessarily get paid for. Now, if you're charging the right way, you can kind of add this in so you get, like, if you think about it in your head, you're getting paid for that time, but you kind of really don't get paid for it, and it's just part of doing business. I mean, there's not much you can do about it. It's either you hire it out so somebody does it for you, or you suck it up and do it yourself, and in a sense you're almost paying yourself that portion that you'd have to pay somebody else, if you want to think of it that way. Either way, it can be some long days and it can get tiring over time. Let's see. You can be underpaid. I mean, you control your income. If you're not charging enough, or if you mess up a bid and it goes over, or like a contract or something, I mean, there can be a lot that can fall on you, and you could really screw yourself really fast. Now, good thing is with handyman jobs generally is there's not really a lot of materials or anything, so you're generally not going to screw yourself over too much. And if anything, you just end up making less per hour, if you want to break it down that way, than you could have or should have. So it's really hard to do, but it could be bad at the end of the day. The third one is you have to deal with customers. Now, this is honestly probably the worst part. Customers are great when they're great. They'll make you cookies. I've had lunch, dinner. They bought pizzas. They'll write you nice letters at the end of it. All this good stuff. Like, I had a customer buy me one of those Milwaukee heated jackets last winter. We were building a treehouse for him in December and January, and we were freezing. And he bought a nice jacket for my brother and I for a Christmas present. So that was nice of him. But just stuff like that. Like, customers can be great, but also when they're bad, they're bad. People threatening to sue when they don't get their way. Like, I had a lady who threatened to sue me over an estimate that if it changed even a penny, she was going to sue me. And I was like, well, I'm not doing your job then. And she was all freaking out. And so, like, stuff like that just can ruin your day. It always ruins my day. I mean, it's like, why? I don't understand why you got to be that much of a baby and throw tantrums, but it's like people are just so happy to threaten suing. Most of them are full of crap. They're just bluffing. It's the only thing they can think about to get their way. People will rake you through their coals after you do a big job. They're not going to want to pay. I've had a couple of those, and that's why you need a contract. And we'll get into all this in later videos. It can just be a mess, so just have that in the back of your head. Like, you're going to be dealing with people, and at the end of the day, people are people. So if you remember that, you'll be good. Let's see. Higher stress can go along with working long hours, dealing with customers. It's really on you. You are going to have a lot of stress because people are going to be expecting you to show up, expecting you to do their work, which arguably so they should be. But at the same time, this is going to be, you're going to want to do your own things. You're going to have your family, and it's going to be very hard to everything's going to blend. And it's going to be very hard sometimes to kind of separate everything out. You're going to be constantly having on the back of your mind, you can't really think about other stuff. And it's good to be able to detach, but it's very hard to, and you kind of need to, or else you're not going to, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's terrible sometimes. But anyways, so yeah, it's going to be higher stress. You're going to be doing higher stress jobs. Not gonna be able to get materials. Lately, that's a thing. Not so much now as it was before, but if you can't get materials to finish the job, all that good stuff. Let's see. It's very wearing on the body. I mean, you're doing manual physical labor every day. Your back's gonna hurt, your knees are gonna hurt, and it might not be like someone like a young guy like me. You're not gonna feel it necessarily right away, but from talking to all the older guys that I know, you're gonna start feeling it pretty soon. Next 10-15 years, you're gonna you're gonna be hurting. So maybe not something you want to do for a long time gig, or maybe you want to hire it out so you can become maybe like an estimates guy or something, which is where I kind of like to head hopefully here long term, next 10 years or so, if we can build it out. Um, Something like that. So also along with that last point, it's potentially dangerous. You have a high risk to get injured, I guess. I mean, I've cut my fingers on blades and saws a couple times now. My brother got his thumb with a circular saw like 2 months ago. Nothing crazy, he didn't cut it off or anything, but still, it's not. Took him out of work for like 2 days because his whole hand was swollen, couldn't use it, so it's whatever. But stuff like that, that's the other thing. If you get hurt, you're out of work. Like, that's it. There's no workman's comp, there's none of this other stuff. Like, you're out of luck. So got to remember that too. You got to take care of yourself, and you got to eat right. And also, along with eating right, a lot of blue collar workers eat like absolute crap. Those gas station stops, we all know about the gas station stop. Anyone that does anything like this, we all know what I'm talking about. That and the McDonald's drive-thru can be pretty dangerous too. But again, you need to stay in shape, take care of yourself if you want to have a long-term career in this field. Also, or for any field really, but I just feel like blue collar workers are just known for that stuff. But anyways, another thing that kind of goes with the stress, and my last point, I guess, for now, is everything falls on you. It is up to you to create an income for yourself. Now, if you're doing everything that you possibly can, the phone's not ringing, sometimes that might not be on you, but at the same time, in this market, your phone should be ringing. So I would arguably say you're not doing something right. But it can be stressful if you got bills due, especially starting out when you're trying to make a name for yourself. You got bills due and you need money to come in, but it's not coming in. That can be very stressful and just a lot going on there. So anyways, this has been why you shouldn't start a handyman business, and not trying to scare anybody off. I just want you to just know what you're getting into before you get into it. And in the future videos, we're going to be going through how to start, how to market, how I started, all this other good stuff. So hopefully that's going to be informative for you. And if you liked it, I hope you maybe subscribe, give a thumbs up, and let me know if I helped you out at all with a decision or something. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.